The other issue seemed to be the equipment or utensils used in measuring the salt level. And I kind of found this a little irritating. There are a number of tools you can use for determining the density or salinity of the water. The most common is an inexpensive hydrometer like this with a little needle that floats in there. May not necessarily be the most accurate, and I did point out that it can be a little off, but if you're using the same hydrometer in the same manner, in the same process, in the same application, at least you're consistent in the test method. What you're looking for, yes, is accuracy, but at the same time, a trend. If I'm off, let's just say 2 points, and I use this every time in the same manner with the same brand salt, with the same type of water, in the same container, I'm going to see that it's going to be 2 points off, but what I'm really going to see is the variations through all those different tests. This hydrometer probably runs you $10, maybe $12. As I'll go so far as to call myself an aquarium professional, this is fine. I've used this for 25 years. The only time that I've ever had a problem with salinity was when it became real dry in the wintertime or real windy, and there was a lot of evaporation, and I made the mistake of not compensating for that disappearing fresh water. But I'm getting off the subject. These guys, the second version is that glass hydrometer that I showed you, referred to as a laboratory grade. The third is what's called a refractometer. And I've gotten 2 guys now who have written me. I guess they were upset they got forgotten or something, but a refractometer essentially is a little gizmo, probably runs about $100, and I think you have to put a little salt water in there, and then you go stand outside and aim it so the sun is kind of in there, and it uses some kind of light spectrum, I believe. Just guessing at this point, because I've never owned one and I've never played with one. And that gives you a very accurate reading. Well, BFD, I don't see how a $100 refractometer is going to give me that much better deal on measuring my salt than a simple $10 version. So I guess it comes down to whatever turns your clock. You know, if you've got the money to go spend on a fancy little toy like that, go for it. It's not something that I would use. I'm not a bruiser, but at the same time, you know, I don't always handle all my stuff the most gently. I don't have the time to goof around with toys. Sure, there's probably a little case for it. Hell, there's probably a plastic case for all my test kits. But you don't see the case. They're just loose little vials and loose little bottles that roll around the bottom of the bucket. So, whatever works for you, I guess. You know, whatever makes you happy.